There's this missionary, I'm told, in the deep, dark jungles of Africa to the indigenous people there. And he had won them over to Jesus Christ. Well, one day this missionary's kids visited him in Africa. And they brought their rock music and started playing the rock music. And the Christians in that African tribe were alarmed and asked him desperately, "Why are you conjuring up those demons?" "What do you mean?" the missionary kid said. This is the same music we use to conjure up the evil spirits. You know, the African drum beeps. So basically the question is, basically they were saying that hard rock music with that beat is a way to conjure demons. But how does it work? If you play the music, this this rock music or voodoo music that they play in Africa, and there's nobody to listen to this music, are the demons gonna come up? Or do you have to have people listening to this music for the demons to come up? Well, here's the way it works, I believe. It's not the music in itself that conjures up the demons. It's the effect that this music has upon the human mind that causes the human mind to unconsciously give the demons ground. To come up in there, that come up. You hear that music. Ever notice how in the 50s you could play music by the Beatles and the oldies music, and sometimes you'd have a riot in the stadium? But now you play 50s music and that type of music today, people will yawn and be bored out of their mind. The difference is the way it affects the mind. Back in those days, it was such a departure from the social norm, which back in those days, it was you were not even allowed to say pregnant on television. Back in those days, women were expected to cook. "Honey, get back into that kitchen and make me a sandwich." The man was expected to work to provide for his family. Women were housewives. Kids were expected to be obedient, studious students at school. But with the advent of rock and roll, rah, 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 this sparked in the minds of the young people rebelling against the social norms of that day. And so when they heard the music, it put them in the mindset that could invite demons in. And once the demons got a foothold in their lives, the demons were able to use their newfound desire to be rebels to cause them to go to extremes. Back in the 80s, that hard death metal, that the drums hypnotize you and mesmerize your mind, your brain, and they're getting into a mindset. And once you're in that mindset, you're open and subconsciously willing to take on these evil demons. It's you who's summoning the demons, not the music. But the music is putting you in the mindset so that you're able to, without even knowing it, because once your mindset the demons can see the aura around you. And once you get in certain mindsets that are synchronized with, your mind starts vibrating. You start feeling emotions, negative emotions, or emotions that vibrate on the lower vibration. This synchronizes itself with the lower vibrations of hell. That's why hell is said to be in the bottom center of the earth. It's not that it's really in the center of the earth. It's lower vibrations. Higher vibrations are seen higher. Lower vibrations seem to sink low. Are heavier. Higher vibrations are lighter. Lower vibrations are heavier. And we all know that a heavy object wants to go down, but light as air wants to rise. So when you listen to this music, it puts you in a mood, and when you're in this mood, you are open to demonic suggestion, and being open to it, you're either willingly or unwillingly give these demons footholds and take more ground in your life. And now we see what America has had become today, this decadent, lawless, godless land today. And it started with the music. Don't get me wrong, I love a good rock and roll song. But that's not my weakness. Listen to a good... I do not have the weakness of sex. I don't think of sex when I listen to rock and roll. Or I don't think of drugs. I just think I feel good. But I got other weaknesses. My selfishness, my vainglory, my desire to be a good looking guy. So I got my weaknesses. But when I listen to a good rock and roll song, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel invincible. And yes, demons can use this to get into your life, to turn you away from being humble to God and wanting to love God, and turn you to wanting to love myself instead of loving God. And this could lead to the idolatry in my life. So the short answer to this question: how does music summon up demons? The music simply puts you into the mood, and when you're in certain moods, you're open to unconsciously inviting demons into your life. It's not the music. It's not the damn music. It's the mind listening to and let the music take control of the mood. That's what it is. I remember that song "Solid Gold" by Dionne Warwick. The music is magic. You know you can have it if you let the song take control. Back in 1983, my Aunt Dee Dee thought Solid Gold was the wickedest, most evil show. She was thought this that she refused to let the kid turn on the TV from 7 to 8 when Solid Gold was on, for fear that turning through the channels they might accidentally bring up Solid Gold. Even for a few seconds, she didn't want that sound in her house. She forbid her kids to watch Solid Gold. She forbid the TV to even be on from 7 to 8 when Solid Gold was on. She didn't want the kids turning the channel and landing on Solid Gold when Solid Gold was on. Me, I like Solid Gold, but I've watched a few episodes from the past, and yeah, I can see the sexually suggestive puppet that tells those sexually suggestive jokes. But back then, society has gone from condemning suggested sexuality to openly accepting homosexuality and transgenderism. It's like the demons are taking pleasure and mutilating our bodies from the natural male and female that God created us to be. Now I plead guilty as charged. I love a good rock song, but I don't like the music of the day. The music of the day sucks. So sexually suggestive. It's like the demons of it's like the demons of God in control of our minds. And now that the music had to be something to invite you back then. It had to be good. And the demons were able to slip their sex messages. But now, since the devil's got us where he wants us, he doesn't give a shit about music. He doesn't give a shit about producing good music because he knows he's got us. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to entice us with beautiful music. He's got us where he wants us, and this country is doomed because nobody has any moral fortitude or faith in God. You got to stand for something, or you will fall for anything. Since nobody's standing for God, this group of people falls for this one thing. The next group of people fall for another thing. You're gonna have anarchy, and while this nation has begun to rot, China's gonna come and take us over. That pisses me off. I wish the earthquake could happen in China and swallow China into hell. I don't want China to invade America. And do I listen to rock music? Hell yes, I do. You shit right. You shit damn right. I write songs, rap songs. Guilty as charged. But I'm gonna do my best not to promote the sexuality smut of the day. But even so, trying to make music that makes you feel good about yourself instead of music that makes you feel good about God and that convicts you of your sin. I'm going to have to answer to God for this. But I'm just a selfish individual. Yes, I'm saved, but we all, even saved people, still have a sinful nature. That doesn't excuse me, but also when I doubt, I'm having doubts about God and Jesus. What does it matter? What does it fucking matter? If I'm doubting that Jesus is real sometimes, I'm having to continue to get, by choice of will, to keep on believing in Jesus with a little extra added help from within. There's a little help from within that enables me to keep believing on Jesus. I hope this is the Holy Ghost and not just on my own subconscious whatever. Right now, because of the putrid, contradictory nature of Christianity today, the putrid, despicable, sickening lack of love from Christians today. I mean, look at Dr. John MacArthur. He's super smart in theology. But his love, but on a scale of 1 to 10, his love, the tender love coming from him on a scale of 1 to 10 is about 1/3 of 1. The only love Dr. John MacArthur has for Christians is the love for his family and the love for his church. He couldn't care. He doesn't really care about us, lost humanity. He just likes to preach to lost people. He doesn't weep for them. He doesn't cry for them. He seems to take delight in banging sinners over the head with eternal damnation if they don't get saved. And this is the type of Christian. This is the type of people I have to go to heaven with forever and ever. This is the type of people. Well, I've seen more people who are not Christians who are so loving, so kind. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I believe, yes, Jesus is Lord. This is a fucked up system, I tell you. This is a fucked up system. Christianity is fucked up today. Christianity is a wet noodle today. Where's the Christians? Where's the Christians who can pray for me and heal my body? Where's the Christians who can love me? I got a church with Christians. They love me. But you have to ask yourself, do they love you because you're a Christian, or do they love you because you share something in common? Because this Christian, Sergei Kordakov, the persecutor, he persecuted Christians in Russia before he got saved and snuck over to Canada. There's this Christian girl. When he first saw her, she thought she was the most beautiful girl in the world. What a waste to be a Christian, he thought. So he beat her. When he came back to another meeting, she was back again. This time, the first time Victor beat her. The second time, Sergei Kordakov beat her. They came back, they saw her a third time. And she had a scar on the lip from where she bit her lip to keep from crying. And one of the persecutors jumped in front of this girl to keep anybody from further persecuting her. They told her to leave. But he was moved by this Christian girl. Was it because she was a Christian, or was it because she was a Christian and she was beautiful? Had she been an ugly, or a plain Jane, would he have been so moved? Would that Victor have jumped in front of this girl before she could be beat a third time if she had not been good looking? So, would there be no Moses, no Aaron, no shit, with Moses in the Exodus and the flood of Noah's Ark and Adam and Eve all being myths? It's all I just can't stop believing Jesus, but don't expect me to give up my rock music and become all preachy when I don't see nothing real in the lives of other Christians except the bear. I don't see nothing real in the lives of other Christians. I don't see no love. I'm the most loving Christian in the world, with a few exceptions. I remember I don't show up, but I wish God would save everybody. But most Christians are happy the people who are not saved are going to hell. And from what I've seen, it's all fucked up, man. It's all fucked up. Something's fucked up.